Okay, I'm back. I had to go and clean my teeth. And yeah, I'm gonna go Monday. Hopefully it ain't too hot. But if y'all can see, y'all see the difference in it? So I'm gonna have to get this shaved down. It's up, but you put it in the mouth like this. So this is what's hurting back here, because it goes in this way. Or actually go this way. Okay, so it's this one, not this one, it's this one. See? This has to be shaped. Like this is shaped, this has to be shaped into the right size over here. So I've learned how to put it in, because that area right here, it can't hold a lot of glue, because it'll bulk up on me, right? So what I started doing is, you'll see, I kind of like put little drops, and then I'm going to smear it out. You know what? In all the dentures and partials that I had, I never did this. I never actually spread it out. Now, when the doctor was doing, she was doing something in my, she put some kind of white thing in my teeth. It wasn't glue, but I think it probably was for her to see where the actual issue was in my mouth with the teeth. So there, that's how it looked. I spreaded it out. So I go right now. Ain't none is it don't hurt. That's how I know that it's just that gotta be what's the name, down, shaved down. I forgot I got. Let me put this in. So now let's go on. So now, yeah, he told me, he said, you got one body. You only got one body. So therefore, you got to take care of that body. You do the things that you can do to take care of the body. And I will do the things that you can do. Now that I'm thinking about it, that was beautiful. So, in other words, he was telling me, you can't go to church if your body don't want to go. If you feel like you can't make it, if you feel like it's too hot, if you feel like you're tired. Now, I didn't suffer from too much pain. Thank God. Thank God I don't suffer from pain or nothing, you know, within the body. So I thank God for that. So I had overexert myself back then, from 2012 to 2018. I exerted myself mentally, spiritually, and naturally. I couldn't focus on God because I was busy focusing on myself and my feelings and the feelings of others, and trying to please everyone besides myself and the Lord. And all of that was stressing me out. I'm sorry, so a little bit of glue. That's good, because I know I used to have a lot come out. That's on a little bit. All right. So now, okay, moving forward. So now it's 2018. We have to leave the apartment we in. The landlord wants the apartment, and some other issues that was going on. So now I'm in the shelter. Shelter to shelter to shelter. Right? We got moved to 3 shelters. 2 shelters, 2 hotels, and the last shelter that we moved in was an apartment. And that's usually, before you get your own, they usually put you in that apartment. And we would have been in one, we would have been in that type of apartment if my family wasn't so big. Because that's what they were saying the holdup was. This is the year before the COVID. So we would have been all right. I guess if it was just me and 3 kids, you know, it would have been okay. Right? That's what they say. But I've been in a shelter before, and it still was a year. So 6 months to a year before I actually moved to, they call that a tier 2. Before I actually moved to the tier 2. So now, once I got in there, once I got into the tier 2, not the hotels. As long as I was in the hotels, it was fine. No was wrong with me. I was doing good. Next thing you know, we get into the tier 2, and whatever happened, you know, I'm more stressful now with my husband because we are in one confinement. Now, in my apartment, it's different because something transpired and the Lord separated us from the bedroom. I'll tell you that another time. And put him in the living room, and I was still in the bedroom. Not that it was by choice, it was nothing that I wanted or whatever the case may be. I realized later on that it was the Lord. And when the Lord do something, it's done. And it's not for us to try to correct it. It's not for us to try to make it better. You know, or put our little 2 cents, 1 cent in it. We got to leave it and let God fix it. So, you know, that happened. And once we got into the shelter, I keep saying the shelter. Well, yeah, once we got into the shelter, now we have to be together. And just like he was doing when we were, I got to put this in because this is a part of the self-security. Just like he was doing when we was in the apartment, abusing me, verbally abusing me, he was doing it worse in the shelter. And I would just leave out, you know, I would go for walks. I would come to Brooklyn, you know, because I was living in Queens at the time, Jamaica, Queens. So I would go to Brooklyn. I would be so glad when church come because I would go and I was there early. You hear what I'm saying? I was there early. So all of that tension, stress, anxiety, all of that started building up on the body. My pressure stayed up. I couldn't get my pressure to go down for nothing. I was taking medicine. No matter how much I went to the doctor, other issues were starting to happen. You see what I'm saying? Once I moved into the tier 2, I started having issues with my mouth. I ain't have no issue with my mouth for over 10 years. Now I'm starting to get pain. Not knowing that's all in God's plan. Okay? To take me to my security. Okay? So, went on. I got sick. There was no phone calls or nothing. People was like, where you at? You supposed to have been doing this. You supposed to have been doing that. I got you to do this. You should have let me know ahead of time, which I am letting you know ahead of time, right? But I guess I don't know what ahead of time it was that they wanted to know about it, because I'm letting them know in due time. You know what I'm saying? But nothing was pleasing for people. And I'm getting stressed out. I'm feeling bad because I'm sick. And I can't do what everybody expects me to do or even want me to do. I can't please the people that want me to do things. So now I'm beating myself up. That's why I say you gotta learn to live with yourself. You gotta learn to love yourself. You gotta learn to put yourself first. So here I am sick, lying in the bed, barely can do anything. I mean, now here's the thing. I was sick, but I wasn't sick unto death. I wasn't sick like I'm dying. I didn't have so much pains or nothing. It was like a body That's enough. Sit down. You got to rest yourself. I don't know. I can't even explain it because I wasn't really in pain. You see what I'm saying? I was running a little fever. It wasn't even high. It was only 99, 98, 99. That's 2 degrees higher than normal. And once you get 98.6, a few more degrees, then you be 99. So I guess that's why they don't consider 99 a high temperature. So I was hot and stuff like that, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I gotta go to the hospital. I wasn't like that type of sick. I wasn't like uncontrollable sick. It was just like a mind thing. It was like a body thing. Like, it was like my body was like, don't get up. So it was the flu. It turned out to be the flu, right? Not by diagnosed by the doctor. It's my own diagnosis. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I made it through it. You know what I'm saying? But when I started deciding that, oh, I'm going to go to the church anyway. I'm going to do this anyway because I was asked to do something. I'm going to do it anyway. Let me tell you something. I got more sicker. I got in the bed and I couldn't even move. And it wasn't so much as pain bothering me. I just say it was God. So you ain't going nowhere. Didn't I tell you to lie and rest? What are you doing? But see, I didn't know all of that yet. I'm still not looking out for me. I'm still not taking care of me. I'm still not thinking about me. Forget God. But that was the beginning of the opening eye for me to start looking to God and paying attention to God. And that's from 2018 to where we are today is where my security stepped in place. Now, mind you, I went through a whole lot from 2018 to 2024. But God was taking me through things so that I could have belief in myself. I had gotten to the point where I started saying no. I mean, straight up no. The Lord spoke and says nothing wrong with saying no. That was never in my vocabulary. I didn't even say no to my kids. I'll be like, people ask me something, now in my head that is I don't want to do it. And they ain't dumb. They know the no. But they waiting for me to say, okay. Are they waiting for me to say, all right, I'll do it? Are they waiting for me to say, okay, if you really need me, I'll do it? Which they know the answers should be no. Because they know I either can't do it or I don't want to do it. But I was always believing that what you want was a sin. If you wanted anything that was outside of what people think that you should be doing, I had it in my head that that was a sin. And that if I said no, God was going to punish me. That's why he said to me, there's nothing wrong with saying no. Somebody was asking me something, I was like, and the Spirit spoke and says, nothing wrong with saying no. No, I didn't say no then. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't say no. I went on and wound up saying yeah and got all stressed and tired out. But he will tell me after the fact, when I'm in my room thinking about the situation and saying, you know what? I shouldn't have said no. This is too much for me. I can't do this. I'm overwhelmed. And see what happened. It'll start out with a whole lot of people and then it'll fall down to just me. It'll start out, yeah, talk to people, ask them their opinion, have the meeting, see what they're going to do, see what they like to do. Everybody got a whole lot of yang to say. But then when it came down to actually doing the work, I was the one that was doing it. And it was stressful. It was really stressful. And I wasn't even in my 60s yet. So you make yourself old. You make yourself old. You tired the inside of your body out. Way before time. That's why the Lord spoke and said, you only get one body. And you got to take care of that body. So regardless of what people say, oh, you need to come to church, you only get one body. Their body is not your body. This is what I'm saying. This is where it led up to me start looking out for me. In my home, I start looking at mommy so and so. Nope. Mommy, can you do this? Nope. Oh my God, it was surprising everybody. Even my husband. So and so and so. No, not today. I said, listen, I see you in a few. I'm going. I go to talk to him, and he going back in that same way. That's why I say people is never going to change for you. You see what I'm saying? Whatever it is that they're stressing you out for, they not going to change their strategy to make it easier for you. They're going to keep doing more, adding more on it to make it more stressful to you, for you, and more easier for them. So that's why the strategy of the people didn't change. They continue to do the same thing. And as long as they kept doing the same strategy, it kept stressing me out more and more and more. As soon as I realized, all right, this is enough. God said I only got one body. God said I'm going to heaven regardless. As long as I live the life right and do what he say, I'm still going to heaven. Me not going to church ain't going to stop me from going to heaven. Me not fellowshipping with devils ain't going to stop me from going to heaven. They know them who labor among you. Yo, God opened up my eyes to a lot of things so that I can reach this self-security and be able to sit in front of y'all and do my hair. Be able to sit in front of y'all and fix up my face that don't look like yours or the next person that look much better than me. Look through my videos and see how I was skinny as a stick and God slowly put weight on me because I acknowledge who he is and who I am in him and where he want me to be. Once you find out where he wants you to be, then you push to that goal. And when you get to that goal and you know you where he wants you to be, then you won't even be worried. That's when your self-security step in place. When even if you're not saved and you don't have the Holy Ghost like I, but you know, you living your life, and you going through certain aspects of your life, and you going through things in your life, and it's either stressing you out or it's making you. But if it's doing more of the stressing, then you got to stop that. You got to stop it. You got to think about you. Even if you have children. No, you're not getting that. And if you decide that you want to buy you a whole new outfit and don't get them nothing, you ain't got to feel bad about it. You shouldn't feel bad about it because here's the catch. You're taking care of those children. Just because you didn't buy them nothing that time does not make you less than a mother. They still gonna be your child, and you still gonna be their mother. God ain't gonna snatch parenthood from you because you didn't go to the store and buy them a pair of Jordan sneakers. He ain't gonna snatch parenthood from you when you just fed them, and then you go and get your food, and now they want it, and you say no, and now they mad with you and want to throw the food that you gave them out in the garbage. Then they starve, because that's gonna teach them how to respect not only you, but what they got. And it's also going to teach them that everything that they want, they do not get. I grew up, my grandmother cooked, she made collard greens. I ain't want no collard greens. For whatever crazy reason, I ain't want no collard greens. Okay, what you want, Sharon? Oh, I want me some macaroni and cheese with some ribs and all this. Okay, I'll make that. Now she's sitting down eating collard greens and rice, and I'm sitting down eating ribs and mac and cheese and cornbread, and she's sitting there eating. Oh well, this is all I can eat. Mom, you want some? No, I don't eat that. Hypothetically speaking. So here I am eating good, and she, in a sense, starving herself. Now I go to her and say, Mom, do you have $1? I can go get me a lollipop. No, Sharon, I'm bored. I spend all the money on the ribs. What? No. God is not pleased with that. God is not pleased. He said, train up a child in the way it should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. He didn't say nothing about they wasn't going to stray from the word. He didn't say they wasn't going to stray from church. He didn't say they was not even going to come to church. And he didn't even say they wasn't going to get saved. He said when they're old, they will not depart. So that is a fact. You teach the children the right way to go, they won't depart from it. Now, they may not live up to it. They may not practice it. They may not do what you taught them to do, but they will not depart from it, meaning that it's going to stay in their head. Every time they go against what God said to do, that their parent taught them to do, and they're not doing it, it's going to hit them right here. And that's when they're going to become accountable. And that's where it comes in the word where it say all unrighteousness is sin. So you go on and you buy yourself a pair of Jordans and you buy your kids a pair of Skips. If you want some Jordans. If you want your kids to get some Jordans and they deserve it, go buy them Jordans. I'm not against you. You take care of your kids how you take care of them in the best of your ability. However you choose to do, you do. That's my disclaimer. I'm not telling y'all what to do with your children. I'm telling y'all what the Bible said and what I did. So, no, I ain't going to every store, every paycheck, and bought my kids some clothes. No, I didn't. But let me tell you something. When it came down to go places, when it came down to Children's Day, or it came down to Easter Day, or it came down to their birthday or something like that, yes, I did. I went all out for them. Yes, I did. But 365 days of the year, I didn't. No, I didn't. And you know what? Because of that, my children is not so into a lot of things. They can sit in their house. They can sit in the house, in their room, and play games all day. They can make $1 out of 15 cents, hypothetically speaking. There was times we didn't have food. Some of it was my fault, and some of it was nothing I can do about it. But it taught them how to appreciate when they got. Now, when they became adult, that's on them. Whatever they do, whatever they did, or whatever they're doing, that's on them. But with them as a child, I taught them how to clean a house. I did not play. Well, okay, I'm going to work, and when I get back, my house better be clean. I left them in the house with my oldest child, which was my son, at a young age. No lie. When I say young, I don't mean, well, I'm going to leave it like that. Y'all take it any way you please. You're talking about my self-security. So there were certain things I had to do in order to do things. And it was based on, things that maybe I wanted to do. I learned. I know I wasn't the best parent. Like somebody had said one time, do you not think that your daughter's acting that way because of what she went through and whatever went through with the dad? Fine. But it does not give excuse nor leadway for a child to disrespect their parent. And that's what I was talking about at the time. The disrespect I was getting. And disrespect is a form of behavior. Not so much of what you're saying. Because I don't mind you telling me how you feel. But your behavior on how you feel is what makes it disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? So now, 2018, I'm in the tier 2. I done got sick. The Lord done kept me home, kept me from around people. I go to church. I expect them to acknowledge me. This is when the breakdown came. This is when the rude awakening came. And this is when I stepped on the path of self-security. The Lord spoke to me and said, how dare you? I was in my church. My bishop was getting ready to bring the word. I had just came back after being out of church for a whole month. So I came there thinking I was supposed to get recognized. I'm an evangelist. How dare you not? What? Now I understand why Paul had the thorn in his side. Now I understand it. Because he said, otherwise I would think more highly of myself. Paraphrase what he said. So this thorn got to come and keep reminding me of who I'm serving, where I came from, and where I'm going. So here I was. Don't forget about all that. Don't forget about I was in that bed sick and God is the one that healed me. That God is the one that told me what to drink, what to eat, and what to take. Take Tylenols, eat soup, and drink chamomile tea. That's it. I lived off of Tylenol. I ain't never since then took so much Tylenol. And when I say took, I wasn't taking big doses. I was taking them in the manner of the way I was supposed to take it. And I was, it took me through. So now he tell me, how dare you? How dare you? So I'm there, I'm like, okay. All right, God. How dare you? He said, I am the God that healeth thee. Ooh, that thing hit me to the core of my soul, to the depths of my heart. I probably got it backwards. Depths of my soul, the core of my heart, right? And I just started boo-hooing. I started crying right there. The tears started coming down my face. I turned myself this way towards the door because the bishop was this way, the pulpit was this way. And I turned myself this way, not even realizing that people could have seen me. So I opened up my eyes and looked. Nobody was looking. I just started praying in my head. I started mouthing a prayer. Lord, forgive me, Lord, forgive me. And he kept scolding me. To whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth. He was sure enough scolding and chastising. How dare you? I'm the God that healeth thee. Who was in that room when you was sick? Who took care of you? Besides me, it was my daughter. But he was talking about himself. Who took care of you? Who told you what to take, drink, and eat? And I'm boo-hooing. I mean, if I could have seen the Lord in his anger and the voice that he was talking to me to, I would have been like all the people that was in the Bible that bowed down and fell down his feet, worshiping him, kissing him, asking him for forgiveness. I would have been doing that because I was doing it in my head. Lord have mercy. I'm so sorry, God. I'm so sorry. He said, how dare you expect these people to recognize you? I'm the one that healeth thee. So in other words, he was telling me I was supposed to be recognizing him. I was the one that was supposed to be paying attention to what he did to me. I didn't get a chance to testify because I was going to testify. But when I did testify, I did tell that. I told bits and pieces. I didn't tell it to the fullest, but I told him that the Lord spoke to me and told me that he was the one that healed me, so I got to recognize him. And that broke me down. I told God I will never do that no more. And that's what taught me how to wean away from pleasing people. That's what helped me to get my security, self-security, and my security in God. That's what helped me to start looking out for me. That's what helped me to start crying against sin. That's what helped me to start crying against wrong. That's what caused me to separate myself from people. That's what made me focus on God, pray more, get on my knees, read the word more. God started ministering to me more and more. Started talking to me more and more. Different ways he would talk. But he always would say something and stop. To make sure I heard him and for me to listen. And when he would get to talking, I stopped. He used to speak to me coming out of my sleep. And he told me one time, one morning I'm coming out of my sleep, he said, the more battles you give to me to fight, the more I'll fight for you. So I didn't even take that to heart. He was telling me then that I'm trying to fight my own battles. I'm not dependent on him. And he telling me if I give him the battles, he'll fight them for me. But that was because I didn't know what the battles was. I was taking on things that wasn't even a battle, to be honest. I was just taking on people's feelings. I was just taking on people nationalities. I was taking on people's thoughts and opinions of me and other people. But all of them wasn't no battles. But when I started siphoning out what the battles was and started giving it to him, child, I saw the bottom of people's feet. I saw people sharing in me. And I would go to God and say, Lord, what am I doing? People sharing me. I'm laughing because I could just imagine what he looked like when I said it. Don't you worry about nothing. I'm in this. I'm in this. I've been thinking, you think it's all because of you and what you doing. No, I'm in this. I'm sick and tired of people treating my servant like they want to. That's why I say people look. He gave me the message years ago and I preached it. I preached it at a 7 Sayings Good Friday service. This was years ago. And he came proving it to me many years after. And it was the seventh saying that I had. One of the 7 sayings that I had was the one where Jesus was on the cross and told and say, Mother, behold thy son, and son, behold thy mother. And the subtopic that he gave me was, God looks out for his own. And I'm here to tell you that he too. So therefore, with that being said, I'm about to close this down. My self-security, how I got to it, that's some of it, but that's the main thing. I wanted to go through some of the situations that happened in my life to bring me to that 2018 point in my life where I now am able to have self-security in myself. I believe in myself. I may have felt many years ago and may have spoken on it in this time of day that certain things that happened in my life, it hurt it. Yes, it did. But in order for me to have moved forward in my security of myself, as well as my security in God, I had to speak on it. Because I ain't taking nothing to my grave except for these flesh and bones, and my body's going to be transformed. So I ain't taking nothing. Whatever people think or have thought of me, if it ain't right, God gonna let it come out to let you know, nope, Evangelist Jordan don't think that. And then you will have to look at it and see Evangelist Jordan knew all of this for over decades, and she still act the same. She still gave respect to people. Yeah, I may have acted up before I got that security in 2018. But see, now you know why I act up, and now I ain't acting up no more, because this is a new you, a new me. I even see you differently. How you may have been a decade ago or 2 decades ago, I don't see you like that no more. Even though you're still like that, but I don't see you like that, because my life is what's important. Where I'm going is important. So, with that being said, I want to just encourage the person that asked the question, as well as anybody else that come across my video and get this far. If you get this far, I appreciate it. And I hope whatever I say or anything I said can help you. But one thing I will say, have faith in God, have faith in yourself, in you. Love your children, believe in your children, be proud of your children, and help to push your children forward. But have faith in you. You see, anybody that's fleshly will fail you. The Bible says, a verse in my Bible says, the arms of flesh will fail you. So anybody that's in the flesh, this is flesh. Not in the spirit, but in the flesh. It's going to fail you. But just remember, God is not going to fail you. And you will not fail yourself. Once you love you and you have that security and belief in yourself and you believe in you, no matter what comes your way, it may scare you. I was scared about my teeth. I was scared about going under the knife. I was scared about going under the needle. I was scared about going under anesthesia, as I told you before. Feeling that I'd never wake up. But another scripture, verse in the Bible says, perfect love casts out fear. So when you have love for God and respect for yourself, and you get to that point where you want to be better, you want to look better, you want to act better, you see what I'm saying? You will do better. You would think better. This is why he said, let this mind be in you that was also in Christ Jesus. What does that mean? Jesus was a humble being. Unto death, he was humble. He did not betray his disciples. He did not talk about his disciples, knowing that two of them was devilish. He did not. He did not go to the Father talking to the Father about the disciples because the Father already knew. And he knew already. So what he did, he went loving them regardless. So we love ourselves and we love others with the love of God. Take care of you. Take care of you. Take care of you. And when you do such, you will be able to take care of others. Love you, love you, love you. And when you do such, you will be able to love others. Love God, love God, love God. And when you do so, let me tell you something. You will start seeing blessings. I see blessings falling out of nowhere. And I'm thinking, ain't that just like God? Ain't that just like God? The world is changing, but your love holds me steady. And I'm thinking, ain't that just like God? Ain't that just like God? So just remember that, okay? So I'm going to end here. I hope the person that asked for this, I hope I was able to answer the questions. I hope things I said, and even if nothing I said helped you, but it gave you a more insight of how I got to where I am. You stay true to God, and God will stay true to you. God bless you.